I'm Craig from Orchan Consulting, and today on Questions from the Floor, I'm going to address the difference between mainstream media and specialist media. The particular question was, should we focus on one or should we look generically? Mainstream media covers any publication, broadcast, online portal, and let's be honest now, in the age of new media, even bloggers and influencers as a whole. Specialist media are publications that focus on one particular industry or one particular area of expertise. For example, we have a great number of business media, we have IT media, we have media that's very specific to the culinary world, we have media that's very specific to animals and animal welfare. These media are only interested in the topics that relate to the demographics of their audience and specifically have a central focus that relates to their area of interest. A publication that looks at animal welfare is certainly not going to talk about the food and beverage industry, or it's not going to really talk about automobiles unless there's something that they can relate back to. Mainstream media take news. Their job is to tell our everyday stories, our news stories, our lifestyle stories, our branding stories, our general interest and our public interest stories. But they take from a wide pool of resources. Specialist media look very focused at whether what we have to share relates to their areas of interest only and to their audiences. From a client perspective, what it comes down to is choosing when to use mainstream and when to use specialist. Specialist media will go a lot more in depth than mainstream media, and you'll find that their writers and their researchers are more in tune to what's happening in the industry and to the trends and patterns. So when you have something deep, a story that's quite deep to talk about, then you want to focus that on your specialist media, because they are the ones who are going to appreciate. They are also the ones who are going to help to develop the story so that you get the stronger coverage that is more representative of your messaging, but also what is needed to be informed to their audience. If you were to give the same story to mainstream media, you would probably find that it doesn't get developed as strongly, and it gets a little bit watered down because it's not only the media themselves, but it's also their end audiences. So it needs to be translated in a way to make it easy for them to understand. So for our perspective, when we have something that is a significant story or something that's got a lot of details for a specific audience, we want to go down the track of working with specialist media. When we've got something that is more mass or can be appreciated by a broader audience, then mainstream media is the way to go.